Hey everyone, Silas here once again, and let's move on to the next Mega Man game. So, continuing the story from the last game, we actually have plot happening that, hey, we need to stop Dr. Wily. Partly true. How he created Mega Man to counter Dr. Wily's evil ambitions. It's a little confusing. We'll probably cover it in the next game, or Mega Man 4. That Dr. Wily worked for Dr. Light and before the first game, and that's when they made the 9 Robot Masters we know and love. But Mega Man 2, we're gonna play on difficult. Password screen. Gotta love that music. Right, so 8 new buddies to play with. Gonna go ahead and start with Metal Man. Metal Man is probably my favorite of this set. Either that or a close second. But I really just like Metal Man's stage, I like his design. Overall, he's pretty cool. Whether you agree or disagree, that's your problem. Just gonna say that right there. The main theme of Metal Man's stage is, well, conveyor belts, and we'll be seeing lots of them. Also, moles! Gotta love infinitely spawning enemies. The first game had it, so why not have it back in the second game? This time we have the annoyance that is moles, because they will constantly spawn from the ceiling and floor, and that's not fun. No damage so far. You could get up there and grab that one up if you had item number 1, 2, or well, nope, 3 wouldn't work. Item number 1 or item number 2. Fortunately, since this is the first stage, we have none of those. Now we have these gear clowns. Kinda silly concept, but, you know, it fits. With the theme of gears. And now, Blocky. Yep. Shoot it once and his pieces will come flying at you. Shoot him again and he dies. If you're playing on normal mode, one shot is all it takes. That E-Tank could also be collected if we had item number 2, but again, first stage, we don't have that. Come on. Still these spring heads. With that, we're now at Metal Man. The Mad Doctor himself uses metal blades. What a surprise. And of course, metal blades are the weakness of half the game cast. Nope. You're playing smart, Metal Man. And hey, we're about done. Metal Man's theme is, if you haven't seen at this point, countering. Still gotta love silence when I'm trying to concentrate on a boss. With that, we get Broken Blade, the most overpowered weapon perhaps in the entire series. You can aim it in 8 directions, it basically murders half the game cast, and uses very little ammo. So, on to the next stage. So, who's the next boss? Heatman. Heatman. Heatman? Well, you don't do Heatman second. What? Why Heatman? Okay, reason for Heatman. Gotta make the game look more interesting. See, my normal order where I'm trying to get all the weakness weapons and just abuse the crap out of them, and well, it's the game order that I get if I really just want to play through the game as quickly as possible. I do Heatman 7th. Doing Heatman 2nd? That really changes things. To the point where things are going to be different. In a good way. Oh well, enough about that. Time for disappearing blocks. Huh. Cute. And with disappearing blocks, we also have tellies. Now, I guess they weren't in conjunction last time, but hey, they showed us tellies solo and disappearing blocks solo. Why not combined? 2, 3, jump. 3. Perfect. And now the disappearing block segment from hell. If I only had item number 2, I could get past short and easy. But I haven't beaten Airman yet. No, that's not the next stage. It's coming up. Capcom loves this segment. It's been reused twice, both in Mega Man 9 Endless and Mega Man ZX. And excuse me if I go quiet. Normally I try to only go quiet during boss fights, but if I go quiet during this, there's no helping it, because this could take a while. I mean, I do have the pattern memorized, it's just, it sometimes takes a while. Okay. We're at the halfway point, basically, at this segment, so... And also, the point of no return. And we're done! Perfect. So what's our reward? Returning Sniper Joe! Ack! Run away! Remember Big Eye from the last game? You don't want to fight Returning Sniper Joe. It's never a good idea. Almost like fighting Big Eye. Anyways, Heatman, who is even simpler than Metal Man. He has his one volley, and then you just basically jump over him as he charges you, turn around, shoot, and repeat, and he should, if you get the timing right, he'll never get a chance to attack again. This is why it's perfectly reasonable to do Heatman first. If you can get past the hell that is his stage, you should be fine here. Yeah, that's what I thought, Heatman. Your stage is difficult, you are not. With this, we get the Atomic Fire. It's the first charging weapon of the series, so pretty nice. We also get to meet Evil Santa, or Dr. Light. In this game, Dr. Light gives 3 items, all aptly named 1, 2, and 3. For beating Heatman, we get item number 1. Item number 1 is probably one of the more useful of the 3. But we'll cover those shortly. So finishing up this side, almost, Bubble Man. Okay, not finishing up this side, we're gonna keep going this direction for a while. Why Bubble Man now? Well, simply put, Bubble Man's a dead end, weakness-wise. The only boss he really has a good advantage over, except for endgame bosses, is Heat Man. And since Heat Man's dead, Bubble Man is basically useless. We're also abusing the strategy of getting one of these little froggies to follow us onto the next stage. Well, not next stage, just next area of the stage. What this does is it makes it so that I don't have to worry so much about the next one spawning frogs in time. I also usually do Bubble Man about 5th in my order, reason being, don't like those platforms. They can be sometimes a little tricky, randomly. Also, waterfall gone, so diving more than a dive man. It's funny because there's hardly any diving in Dive Man stage. So, hey, do you like shrimp? Me neither. Or maybe you do like shrimp. I don't. Especially not when they're trying to kill me. Hey, remember CWU-ONP? Well, it returns as something. All I know is that its name has a lot of M's, and it's kind of boring. So, Return of the Shrimp. Nope. There we go. That deals with you just nicely. Also frogs. Want that weapon energy. Oh hey, extra life. Huh, game, are you trying to kill me? Jump. Jump. Frog segment. This is another reason why Frog segment? Crab segment. This is another reason why I do Bubble Man about 5th. I don't like waiting there, so I tend to use the Time Stopper, which we'll get from Flashman. I tend to use that, so I can basically skip the whole thing. Also switching to Buster, mainly because, well, half the cast is weak to Metal Blade, so we'll just show those cast members when rematches happen. But for now, Bubble Man, whose main strategy is when he lines up nice and flat with you, he'll start his boss pattern, which is lazily swim up, drop a couple bubble leads, and just Buster Shock you. All in all, not too bad. Especially if you're gonna tank like me. With that, we get Bubble Lead, probably one of the first ground-crawling weapons, so it's very useful. Who's next? Okay, since I can't decide who I'm gonna face off against next, I'm gonna just quickly roll a dice here, so, 4. That means Airman. Hold A, and stage select, and freaking birds! Yes, if you hold the A button when you select a stage, you get birds instead of the pellets. I figure it's fitting for the airbase stage to have birds. Hate you, gremlins. You're easy to deal with, but you can still cause problems if I'm just not paying attention. But guys, I can't beat Airman. I don't have the leaf shield. Yep, gotta keep doing all the bosses without the weaknesses. There's a couple things that I don't have that I normally have for this stage. First being Leaf Shield. Really don't like fighting Airman Buster only. It's certainly possible, I just don't like doing it. Next, I don't have Time Stopper. That is probably going to be the more important one. And did you see that one up? I didn't. Time Stopper is more important for me to have at this point, and we'll see why after freaking birds go away. Killer Toothpaste. That's original. Okay, now for the reason why this is gonna suck. Granted, I'm just gonna cheese it a whole new way. Come on, go away, go away. Okay, that made me miss my timing, but whatever. We can make do. Normally I hate doing that segment, so I use Time Stopper to skip that. But because I beat Heatman, we can get by a little more interesting. Ha! Metal Ninja! You cannot stop me. That's right, Peppies. Taste the wrath of Metal... Aw. Metal Ninja is disappointing. Metal Ninja fail. Okay. Really? Okay, shall we try it again? Aye, Pippies. That works! So, Airman. Can I defeat Airman? Well, I do have a couple E-Tanks that I'll just freely use. And by a couple, I mean one. Yeah, this is why I hate fighting you. 2, 3, 4, jump! Shots, aggressive. In your face, Airman! Looks like I can defeat you. The Wrath of the Tornado is not stronger than me. With this, we get Air Shooter, fires 3 tornadoes straight up into the air, so have fun with that. It's a nice anti-aerial weapon, but, you know, you have metal blades. Might as well use those instead. But if something doesn't work with the metal blades, such as an RSJ, use Air Shooter, because Air Shooter just wrecks them. We also get item number 2, the Jet Sled. Very useful in that.